John, another one of your new young disciples, mate.
Here we are again, sponsored by HQ Dental. Market leaders in providing protection for the elite level fighters.
We spoke before with Willie Harrison, new to the team, but this kid is the newest one to the team because when he made his debut, which was on November the 13th, you'd only been here about a week or something, hadn't you?
Well, it'd been 4 or 5 weeks, I think. It'd been about 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't long, was it?
Yeah,
no,
it wasn't long at all. I think how it all started off, I'm trying to retire. Got my camper van started. I've got visions of sitting outside of a lock somewhere with my fishing rod, and then I get an email. So I've had him over there. Willie Wacker's been pestering me for a year to come and train through lockdown. COVID and a lot of well, they're not so for shaking, sweating with my COVID. And he's saying, when I was training, I'm like, oh fuck, please.
Oh, wasn't he your brother?
His
Didn't your brother used to box and he was managing Sean for you to come down here?
He got in touch
his brother
with Sean,
messaged me. And it was like, okay, well, I've got him now, and I pestered him, so. And I said, yeah, fetch him up. And still, I never intention of retiring when Josh was done. But, like I say, get a little bit exciting now.
Gets a grip of you, mate, don't let you go.
I'm never going to retire, am I? I'm never going to. Well, listen, it's one of them. I am now quite excited by it, and since Max's success with second world title, that's just given me even more of a drive. So when I seen these two when they came along, I thought, you know what, I've got to do it all again. Can't be I'm going to say it can't be a one-off winning 2 world titles, but you don't want to be just that little. There's more to offer, isn't there? There's more.
But this kid must excite you because Josh, you're very similar to his lad Josh.
Yeah.
You know, you've got that style, you've got that engine. You know, Willie's a lovely, tall, rangy boxer. This kid's a human little dino. He's like a bit of a mixture between Josh Warrington and Reese Mould, isn't he? It's like.
You know, he is a little bit, and I think making that transition, you know, it's never ever easy, is it? You know, transitioning from amateurs to professionals or white collar professional.
Well, I was fortunate to film as an amateur, and he just looked like he would be suited for the pro game anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, bits that I saw of him, it didn't kind of reflect that. He was a little bit pitter-patter and jumping all over and spinning out like a little wasp, you know. But then when I look back at my old lad Josh, then he was the same at his age. I think he's a little bit more cultured than Joshua, you know. But I'm getting very, very excited by.
Well, you got to remember, I think most young fighters are now because they've got YouTube. Now, when Josh first started out, YouTube wasn't about really, was it? You know, so you couldn't go and do your research and watch fighters and see what they're doing and this and that. So now, you know, everyone's more knowledgeable because the coach all he has to do is go and watch this, go and do your homework, go and check this kid out, go and check this out. And
I mean, it's good, but I still like the way we do things in here, and what we do is we've got these lads working with experienced pros, and I tell you what, they don't half move them on fast. I mean, both of them, they shouldn't be doing what they're doing now.
Well, you told me before, I was asking you, you know, how's training going for your fight? What is it, 5 weeks on Saturday, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you just said, yeah, I was sparring Josh Warrington yesterday, and it's like, you know, you can't get much better preparation for a young fighter than that, can you?
No, you can't beat it.
It's fantastic, and you know, I'm excited by what I'm seeing. And we had a session last night. Will was sparring Reese, and you know, every time they step in the ring there, they show me something different. They just do something that catches your eye and makes you say, oh, look at that. And he's exactly the same.
What do you think is his weight going to be? You know, are you going to be super featherweight?
I've been asking him to get weighed for a week, and I still haven't got a weight. But
I haven't been weighed since the box.
I'm looking
since
at him.
the last box, I haven't been weighed.
But you're weighing heavy there because you knew your opponent wasn't going to be the opponent we wanted for you. And you ended up getting Jamie Quinn.
Yeah.
Now Jamie Quinn's a solid 10 stone kid. You know, and if super featherweight or featherweight is going to be your weight division when you fight for titles, it's hard to make an end on someone like Jamie Quinn, isn't it? Because no matter what you hit him with, it doesn't really affect him. But I was really impressed with your performance. I thought it was quite vicious, considering you hit him with everything. And perhaps if he would have been closer to the weight that you want to be competing at, we might have seen that stoppage on your debut.
Yeah, it would have been nice, wouldn't it?
I liked the rounds. I like the rounds that he got from Quinn. I think it was good for him. It was a good mature performance from him, to be honest with you. And that's what I look for. Get the rounds in, mature performance, do as you're told, and he ticks all those boxes.
Because it was your first fight under your guidance as well, so that's always
first professional debut. So it ticks all boxes really for me. And I'm getting excited now because what they're doing is inspiring. They're not there to survive now. They've got a lot to offer.
So do you think you're going to be pushing Steve to start matching these closer to the weight where they want and slightly harder? In another 2 or 3 fights you think, well, why not have a little bit of a step up? Or why not have that next level journeyman rather than, the usual suspect?
Well, I'll tell you, we pretty small had to pull out of that last fight and it will match the lightweight. The last Armouries show?
Yeah.
Reece came down with a migraine, didn't he, a couple of days before? He trained for 8 weeks as well. He took the time off work, so we knew it was genuine. And Reece was fighting at lightweight. He was fighting the Russian guy. 15 wins, 12 losses or something, a couple of draws. He was like a 29 fight kid. Very experienced, he could fight a bit. Reece came down with that, and the guy was already over there. I'll tell you how confident I am. I wouldn't let him box him. I knew that they won't let him. I did ask the question. Because his manager had already brought him over and he was demanding big money that he still got paid for it and everything else. So I said, well, if he's going to get paid, Steve, I said, he'll fight him. I said, I'm confident. Steve said, yeah, it's his debut. I said, he's not bothered, he'll fight him. I said, he'll fight him, he'll beat him. That's how confident I am about it.
But you see, this is what I'm happy about, because there's a few coaches like yourself and a few other Andy Bro, Lee Blundell. These kids, they have real belief in their fighters, and they're willing to say, well, yeah, why not? Why not?
I won't say it on air, but there was a fighter down the road there that's had maybe 5, 6 or 7 professional fights. He's already had experience of that. And we offered him the Russian guy, and he said no. His trainer also said no, I don't know, I can fight a bit, this kid. I said, I won't mention no names, but these are facts, these are opportunities you've got to take if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
This is what we did with Josh. We made Josh early doors. Opportunities came up, we took them, and that's when you know that your trainer's got belief in you, and you've got belief in your fighter, because he says straight away, I'll fight him.
Because
on his debut, this was his debut, this was his professional debut, and he says, I'll fight him. 20-odd fight kid, and he said, I'll fight him, I'm not bothered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's something about somebody.
And I like the fact that you were game to do that as well, because there's so many times that Steve will propose a good fight to some coaches and they turn it down. In fact, we've got a good fight the week afterwards on March the 5th, where 2 young prospects are going up against one another, and I think it needs to happen, and it needs to happen earlier on, because it will only benefit the fighters themselves.
I think so, but like I say, that tells you where these lads are in my standing, And I've also let Will fight that kid as well, by the way, but he was already matched. So that's how confident I am about these kids.
So you're looking for a very, very bright future.
I'm looking. Listen, I won't be sat here if I didn't think you had a bright future. I won't be sat here, Liz, truthfully. Honestly, when you see what I've seen, then there's no way you could leave all this, you know what I mean?
So what will happen? Let's say in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, and Josh retires, he's regained his title, he's done everything he wants. Will he be coming here helping you?
I'd like to think so. What a training team that'd be, wouldn't it?
I'd love it, mate.
Josh Warrington. These lads ready for major titles or pressing on already there.
Think you invest in a slightly bigger gym?
That's Yeah, it's cosy, isn't it? What you do is you limit your numbers. You limit your numbers, don't you?
Well, listen, I'm looking forward to both these lads getting out, and obviously a month later in Maxi and Josh keeping hold and regaining their titles.
Cheers, Lee. No problem.
Sean, you take care.
It's always a pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Josh, you
Thank
take
you.
care, mate. See you on, mate. Bye.